Welcome to our third leadership lesson, part of our Launch Leadership program. Thank you for joining us. I hope you've gotten a ton of value out of the first two lessons, and I'm excited that you're still joining us again for this, the third chapter in John Maxwell's The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. This is a great chapter, and it's something that is very, very pertinent to what you do and how you can be successful here at Caliber. The chapter is the law of process. And as you've read the chapter, you've heard the story of Ann Shriver, who worked for the IRS, never made more than $3,500 a year, I believe was the figure, but somehow amassed a fortune of $22 million that she donated to a university she never attended upon her death. It talks about the compounding value that's added from doing something every single day and being consistent in our actions. And Ann Shriver showed that financially. Hopefully, many of you have the experience to develop that same type of financial process, but also what we'll focus on today is that same type of process in developing your leadership ability. John teaches in this the difference between an event and a process. And events are phenomenal. Events motivate us, they get us excited, but processes really are what makes a difference. In fact, a great quote from this chapter is, "The secret of our success is found in our daily schedules." Well, that screams process, right? That screams small, daily, consistent actions that make a difference. Fortunately for you, part of what we preach and shout from the rooftops here at Caliber is this idea of power hour. And if you don't know Power Hour yet already, you've been hiding under a rock. But a lot of that comes from this other book I have with me. This is Jeff Olson's The Slight Edge. And Jeff talks about making small incremental deposits every single day, little tiny improvements that over time become a massive change in you. And that's what Power Hour does. Power Hour is something where you take time every morning, hopefully an hour, but it doesn't have to be, to read a great book, to develop yourself through meditation, affirmations, vision boards, spiritually, physically by going to the gym or doing some sort of exercise, but really making an investment in improving yourself every single morning, every day, every day, every day. And the compounding effect of doing that every day, every day, every day is that by the end of even a period as short as one summer, you'll see a massive difference in who you've become, which is ultimately the big purpose. My advice to you, if you haven't started Power Hour, or maybe you've dabbled in Power Hour, maybe you're going to the gym but you're not reading, or maybe you don't have an affirmation statement yet, don't procrastinate. Start now. Set aside the time, get up a little bit earlier, know exactly what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, and start right now. You'll be amazed at the change that it makes in you. Not in 1 week, not in 2, not in 3, but over the course of the summer, you will absolutely see a profound difference in yourself. So much so that I believe you'll never stop. You'll never go back to a point of being stagnant where you're not making those investments in yourself. I remember being with Pablo Flores. Many of you know Pablo. And it was right after he lost to Calder Bonnet in the race for top rep. And Pablo was obviously very disappointed in losing, but he had given an incredibly strong effort. And it didn't take long after the pain of that loss for Pablo to make the determination that he was going to be the one walking across the stage, getting the red dish jacket, being the top rep. And he prepared from, I would say, from September 1 all the way until he won it August 31st of the next year to be that person. He tells everybody he's not the best sales rep ever. He's not an Ian Wendt that can sell 10 accounts in a day, but he won by being mentally prepared for the summer and then putting in consistent effort every day. And those of you that know Pablo know that what he loves about this job is how much you can develop personally. And that's what we want from you. Whether you're bound to be a top rep or not, that type of consistent effort, that type of preparation throughout the entire year absolutely makes a difference. John shared in this chapter one of my favorite quotes. It's from Teddy Roosevelt. It's called "The Man in the Arena." I'm going to read it to you. In fact, let me open it here. He says, "It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, or who at best knows in the end of triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. I invite each of you to be the man in the arena, right? The man or woman in the arena. Be that person that dares greatly, that in success or defeat has put themselves out there and tried to make it to where you needed to be. My invitation to you is to start with Power Hour. Take a moment in your reflection journal this week to write about what you're changing. If you're already doing Power Hour, what are you going to add to it? If you haven't, how are you going to start? Write that down, experience it for a few days, and write about the changes that you're starting to see. Again, they'll be small. In the slide, as Jeff Olson talks about, it's going to take weeks before you see the compounding effect. But once you do, you can be in leadership and ability the same as Ann Shriver and amass a great fortune of leadership abilities. So thank you for your time. Until next time, let's be men and women of action and go get it done. Have a great day.